One small step for man.
Listen, tranquility base here. The Eagle has landed.
One giant leap for Weedman. It was the summer of '69. Neil Armstrong took the first step onto a new world. Concorde flew faster than the speed of sound, and the first massive jumbo jet took off. Meanwhile, 500,000 young people got together for 4 days of peace, love, and rock and roll at Woodstock. But the '60s generation wasn't just technology and sex and drugs and rock and roll. It was also the awakening of an awareness of the individual and their part in society, social progress, equal rights, and endless possibilities. A young man, Des Rice, and his wife Brenda were planning a future for themselves, but the 9-to-5 rat race wasn't for them.
Weedman started in Etobicoke back in 1968 when I was looking for a way to start a business, and I was looking for a niche in the marketplace, and lawn care was in its infancy, and I looked at the lawn care industry as a growth industry where there's lots of subdivisions were growing and building, and people looked after their houses, were proud of their houses, and were cutting their grass and fertilizing their lawns and watering their lawns, and they were having weeds growing, so they need to get rid of their weeds. So along came this guy in a truck and offered to eliminate their weeds for them for a song. In those days, we did it for $5 a lawn.
As the '60s turned into the '70s, as rock and roll turned into disco, the economy was on a roll. The children of the '60s were becoming young adults, getting married, buying homes, and having children of their own. With the idealism of the '60s still informing their thoughts, Earth Day was created. People were taking pride in their environment, and Weedman was perfectly positioned to capitalize on this movement. There was no such thing as a lawn care company. There were companies that would maintain your property, cut the grass, shovel the snow, tend the garden. Des saw an opportunity, and together he and Brenda set up a small lawn care company. They wouldn't shovel your snow, they wouldn't plant your garden, they wouldn't trim your trees. But they would take care of your lawn, fertilize it, get rid of weeds, clear it of pests, and anything else it would take to give you the best lawn in your neighborhood. With nothing but an idea, a beat-up truck, a $500 loan, and a willingness to work hard, Weedman was born.
What's up, Harry?
I'm gonna feed my lawn.
I'm surprised you still have a lawn after the way last year's feeding burned it up.
I've got it all figured out. I mixed fertilizer with grass seed, so what I kill with the fertilizer, I replant with the seed.
It sounds like a great idea. I suppose you're using only the highest quality fertilizer that's just right for this area, like mine.
This stuff costs a bundle.
And you're a trained professional like my man here.
Well, no, but it doesn't look too hard.
Not when you call in the Weedman.
We were in there right from the beginning, and we've been, the kids' hockey teams and the soccer teams are always Weedman hockey teams, and they always had a Weedman soccer team. And we took part in stuff like that. In Barrie, we had a Weedman stock car that was racing at the Barrie Speedway every weekend, and it was the best-selling brochure that they had out there. They were selling Weedman stock car pictures, and they were flying off the shelf. It was great.
Here he comes! I see him!
Our lawns are safe. The Weedman is here to take care of them.
You're going to get rid of dandelions and moss.
And they'll keep our lawns healthy with special fertilizer.
Thanks, Weedman.
Hello, I'm Bob Johnson from the Weedman. You got a problem with the chinch bug, we can solve it with insect control. For all your lawn care program, call us, the Weedman.
We were a company, and the only way I expanded, and to meet the demand of the expansion, I had to franchise, because the demand was greater than I could hire people to work. And the intricacies of the job, and by that I mean weather. It could be raining in London and sunny in Toronto and raining in Gravenhurst. So you had to have managers, and some managers were better than others, and I figured, how am I going to get around that? So the best way to do it was to bring in franchisees who had skin in the game, basically, and they were there, and their concerns were the same as my concerns, to get the best job for the best price to their customers, and to look at their customers as if their livelihood depends on it, which it does, and to give the best of everything. We use the best products, we use the best equipment, we use the best of everything we can get our hands on, and by doing that, the customer gets the best result. And so what we did is we brought franchisees in that were doing the day-to-day stuff, and they were in turn just a replication of myself, which was out there to do the best job for the best price.
One call to the Weedman is a call that will connect you to a team of lawn care experts. Not a simple operation, but a fleet of 14 vehicles and a staff of 20 professionals, all dedicated to the beautification of your lawn and your neighborhood. That's why when you call the Weedman, someone is out to help with speed and efficiency.
The 80s saw the world change dramatically. A movie actor became president in the U.S. CNN launches the first 24-hour news channel. Miami Vice becomes the hottest show on television, causing a dramatic drop in the sale of men's socks. MTV launches, and synthesizers replace guitars as style replaces substance in pop music. Meanwhile, technology takes a giant leap forward as personal computers start to change the way we live and work. And the space shuttle blasts off into space. Weedman grows from its roots as a family-run business in Etobicoke and branches out with franchises across Canada and the U.S. By remaining true to its founding principles, quality, reliability, honesty, a focus on the community, and offering great service at reasonable prices, Weedman was quickly becoming the most celebrated and successful lawn care franchise in history.
Marketing, per se, didn't exist as far as I was concerned, because marketing was, we would knock on doors and we would ask people if they'd like their lawn done. And you gotta remember, we were a small company. We had like 3 or 4 trucks in those days. And marketing to me was walking out and getting onto a street and just going down the street, knocking on the door saying, would you like your lawn sprayed? And once we got spraying, then the people would come out and come up to the truck, and it was a matter of writing down names and getting over to the customer once you were there. So marketing didn't come into play in my business until about 5 or 6 years after we got into business, because we just couldn't keep up with the business we had. We were just doing the business that was coming at us as fast as it would come at us. I mean, when you take into consideration my first year in business, we did $13,000 in sales. I paid that in salaries. I paid twice that in salaries the following year, just in employees, which the first year was just me and a truck. So that's how fast we were growing. We couldn't keep up with the business that was coming in. When I used to drive the truck and drive down the road, I would be in a subdivision, and the kids would run out and they'd go, Mommy, Mommy, it's the Weedman, it's the Weedman. And that sort of clicked in my head that, oh, it's the Weedman. Like, maybe we can turn this into something really neat. So from that evolution of it's the Weedman, came the superheroes. Like, the way in the old days when the Superman show was on TV, they go, look up in the sky, it's Superman. And I equated that to the kids running down the road going, it's the Weedman, it's the Weedman. So the superhero evolved out of that scenario.
There's a diabolical conspiracy afoot to overrun your lawn and turn it from a lovely green to a dastardly yellow. Dandelions. But there's help from Weedman! I guarantee my program of quality granular fertilizer and weed control products, applied by an army of trained professionals, will produce a healthy, green, weed-free lawn. They can run, but they can't hide from Weedman! We care for your lawn.
The 90s, the last decade of the 20th century. Technology is changing the world. The internet brings the world into our homes. The Hubble telescope brings the universe into our living rooms. Rap and hip-hop dominate the airwaves. Tiger Woods dominates the world of golf. And Weedman goes international with its first franchise openings in England and Australia.
Your lawn can be this healthy and look this good with Weedman, Canada's largest lawn care company with dealers from coast to coast. To celebrate our 25th anniversary, Weedman is giving away thousands of prizes, including Melnor Aqua Guns, Thermos barbecues and Maple Leaf meat products, Black & Decker cordless lawnmower. Weedman, we care for your lawn.
The new century opened with joy and optimism, but it was short-lived. George Bush became president in a disputed election. America was a land divided. But then, for a short while, the terrible tragedy of the Twin Towers brought America and the world together. The world was under attack from a number of directions, leading to an awareness of what we as individuals could do to help the environment. People wanted to create a better, cleaner, greener world for their children, and wanted to start taking steps to save the planet before it was too late. Weedman, being at the forefront of innovation and having been environmentally aware for decades, knew that we could all be part of the solution.
Nature's Touch is an organic focus program that really has the customer in mind and the health of the lawn in mind as well. We think that we've developed what we think is the state-of-the-art program with state-of-the-art equipment, state-of-the-art products that is really going to be able to maintain lawns in a healthy, meaningful way with using renewable resources.
For 40 years, Weedman has been at the forefront of lawn care. Like the best lawns, the company started with healthy roots and has grown strong and prospered. It is now well positioned to build on its success and continue its growth for the next 40 years.
Bob and Fred are neighbors. Every weekend throughout the summer, both men carry bags. Bob carries bags of fertilizer around his yard. Fred carries his golf bag. Why? Because Fred uses Weedman, Canada's favorite lawn care company. Both have healthy, weed-free lawns. Question is, which bag would you rather carry?
Our lawn care future includes practices that are sustainable and driven by three words, and they are people, profit, and planet. People, like-minded individuals, describe our franchise owners who are filled with passion. They are very professional and dedicated to improving the quality of their customers' lawns. Profit, successful businesses are profitable. Consistent long-term profitability is not a result of luck or hard work. It is a result of executing strategic business plans. Planet, our lineup of Nature's Touch services are organically focused. These services preserve and enhance the quality of our lawns. Our objective is to maintain healthy lawns and providing value to our customers. The future of lawn care is bright. We have been evolving for years and will continue to look for ways to strengthen our viability. This will require a large commitment to the people, the profit, and the planet. This is our promise to sustainable business practices.
40 years goes by in a heartbeat. And I didn't get into this business to stay in business 40 years. I got in this business because I enjoyed doing it. And you do it because you enjoy it. And I'll do it as long as it's fun and as long as I enjoy doing it, I'll always do it.
A great man once said, "Our imagination is the only limit to what we can hope to achieve in the future." 40 years ago, in a small town, Des Rice, with just $500 and a dream, started Weedman. Today, Weedman has grown into an international company with more than 1,500 employees and 300 franchisees in Canada, the US, and England. Our success is based on our relationships with those employees and franchisees. Relationships built on mutual trust and confidence. The next 40 years will see us sustain those relationships as we expand and grow to ever greater heights. Limited only by our imagination.